I
for
suggest
people?
people start out with Other Tongues, Other Flesh by Dr. George Hunt Williamson. It's been out of print but brought into print, and it was about the influx of the star seed, star people. I recommend a book called The Star People by Brad Steiger, which is also out of print now but can be gotten on the internet and Amazon.com, used copies. It tells you all about the star people, and it gives a questionnaire in there about what are the characteristics of a star questionnaire, star seed. And I guess there's about 106 questions in there. And if you get a certain high percentage, you're definitely one, and a little less, you're maybe one, and not enough, you're definitely not one. And then I suggest um, The Star Guests by William Dudley Pillay, which talks of beings that are coming from other dimensions, living in human form, that are from other planets to help people. For people who want to know about there is no death and how to contact their loved ones and they pass the other side. There is no death is the name of the book. And let's see, the Keys of Enoch by Dr. J.J. Hurtak. Tremendous book about beings from other dimensions and sacred geometry and how to use that. Another book out of print is Crystal Connections by Dr. Randall Baer. Talks about planetary transformation using crystals and how wonderful that book is, and extraterrestrials doing it all. And we're helping to provide all this information. I knew Dr. Randall Baer. He was a naturopathic physician like myself, and then he branched out into metaphysics and became a crystallographer and used crystals to do the healing. And we had some particularly hard cases to handle, some mentally retarded folks, and he said that he could heal them with crystals. So I went to consult him about it because I had a lady who was willing to pay any amount of money for her daughter, and tried all kinds of forms of therapies and it didn't work. And we went to him to get this chakra chain that had double helix crystals, double terminate crystals that would be on a silver chain that you would put on the crown, one on the third eye, one in the crown, one on the temples, and one goes down the chakras all the way down the spine to the very tailbone. And through meditations with that one, he claimed that he was able to clear and charge even mentally retarded people to help them start being productive members of society. So we went and consulted him about that and got that for that lady and her daughter. And so there's planetary transformation through crystals, there's the Indigo Children, and there's so many more books. There's also another one, The Star Wards, which is a beautiful book. It's out of print. I'd also like, but you can get it on the internet, Star Wards by Richard Miller. It's a UFO Bible, full of channelings of the ascended masters and ascended star beings who drive spaceships and who come here on scientific missions, and they come here on clearing missions, and it talks all about these chrono-monitors and rods and cones and sizes of ships, mother ships, scout ships, what they're about, where they're coming from, what their scientific missions is, how they're the cosmic parents of the world. This book could really educate those who really want to know more knowledge about that. And there were some other series of books too, but
That's plenty. What about now clearing? What's a clearing mission?
well, if I had my whistle, I could blow this shaman bell, which I got today from some sort of Quetzal-looking bird, looked like a thunderbird, that I got a couple days ago at ChiChen Itza. Just a little shaman's whistle, and it clears the energy out completely. Woo! Clears it, takes away all negative energy, and the shaman is able to bring in the energy he was working on, or he was communicating with the ships. So you clear it and you bring in a whole new energy. And you can do that with a shaman's whistle, you can do it with some powerful incense. And throughout history, the space people have come to the planet to give new teachings for that age, such as when Quetzalcoatl and Kukulkan came to the people in this Mesoamerica, he brought maize, corn, and taught them to use corn. And in Asia they came and they brought rice. And in North America, they brought wheat. And they taught humanity how to cultivate these grains that were good for them. And they gave the lamb's bread to the Rastafarians, which was the use of ganja, or sacred herb, and also to the sadhus of India to use various forms of hashish and magic mushrooms so that people could get out of their regular DNA and visit other dimensions through these types of substances. And so now the extraterrestrials are coming to help people to learn. Once again, they feel humanity has fallen short. That when Christ came, he taught them not eat animals, and they haven't done it very well. Even the Mormons used to have their word of wisdom: only in times of extreme cold or famine are you to eat an animal. Otherwise, there's plenty of vegetables. Don't eat the animals, but they eat them anyway every night. So I don't know why that is. And as I said, each human being is their own absolute lawgiver. We're not meant to have rules and regulations. We need to be free to develop ourselves. But as we do that, I believe it's really the negative forces who have made it appear as if humanity is to have meat by having McDonald's on every corner. How many people, when I was a kid growing up, I loved hamburgers. I ate them all the time. Cheeseburgers especially, double cheeseburgers, double cheese. Till now you get things that are so big can't even eat it. Supersize it with French fries coming out your ears and Coca-Cola and all. It's poison. We really have to stay away from that. And Native Americans laugh at the colonizers when they're smoking these cigarettes that they sell in the store full of poisons. Now, if a shaman or a person who wants to have a special experience feels they need to use that tobacco, they can roll their own natural tobacco and sit somewhere sacred and smoke and have a spiritual experience. You don't go running around with cigarettes sticking out of your ears and behind your ears and in your hat and smoking every time, and beer in your hand, and alcohol is driving humanity crazy. And oil, oh, there's so many things that Earth is still not ready for because they're falling short. But they're not being punished. They're going to be loved and uplifted.
Any thoughts about wisdom of indigenous people?